Hi there, and welcome to Airships Incorporated. How can I help you today? You're in the market for a new airship? Okay, well, we have lots and lots of airships here. We deal in airship sales as well as rentals and leases, and we also accept trade-ins. So, what kind of airship are you looking for? You want to kind of upgrade from your last one? Okay, what was your last airship? Okay, any particular favorite designs, or would you just like to see what's currently available on the market? I can take you through our stock. That sounds pretty good to you? Okay, well, why don't we start with kind of a classic? Follow me. Now this one here is a very traditional single-sail airship, and this one's going to have a little bit of speed without going crazy. It's a solid wood body, if that's important to you. It features an anchor pulley system, dual rudders, and kind of that graceful body design. So this one's just a really beautiful ship flying through the air. Not a huge ton of room, but it's going to get you and your family or a few friends, things like that in it. But this is not really something that you're going to live in. So just kind of be a little airship to get you from point A to point B in your daily activities. Next up, we have the Air Dragon. And this one's really quite a robust ship. It's very large but very light. You can kind of see the wicker framework of the wings, and that's made of bamboo. So it keeps everything nice and light with those wing sails. And I'll let you come around here and get a look underneath it as well. There you go. You can kind of see how it looks from the bottom as well. This one's a little different. No balloons, no sails. It's all propellers. So there's a little more power behind this one. Some people have a little trouble handling the extra power, and they prefer kind of the ease of the sail or the balloon. But if you're looking for something with a little more oomph in it, this one might be a good one to check out. Moving on, just stop me if you see something that looks good, okay? Now, this one's kind of an interesting design. It has that very solid front end, so this is great for if you're in a lot of battles or anything like that, if you're worried about being attacked by sky pirates, something along those lines. This is a really great one to protect you from any of the dangers of the air. You can always just kind of sneak into that interior and nothing's going to get you from there. And of course, you can control all your maneuverability and everything right from the inside. Because this one is so high and long, it is a little bit more difficult to maneuver than like the Air Dragon I just showed you. The Air Dragon is very maneuverable, but this one's a little more difficult just because of the shape. It does have a rudder and a couple of propellers, but what it loses in maneuverability, it does gain in speed, and of course that fully armored exterior is going to protect you. What are you thinking about this one? You don't really think you need that much protection for what you do? Okay, no problem. We'll move on then. So this one, pretty classic balloon design airship. You've got your large main balloon here and your basket where you'll do your actual riding. And then, of course, you've got that nice high rudder there. We call it a fishtail rudder because it's got the little fishtail scallops in it. So that's an excellent rudder for keeping you where you want to go. And this one's got a little bit of a style to it. You know, it's got those little decorative scallops on the balloon itself, and the balloon is not one of the round-shaped balloons. It's kind of a flattened mushroom balloon, so it kind of makes a little fashion statement, kind of makes a little style statement when you go flying through the air in one of these. You're interested in a balloon ship, but maybe not this one? Okay, I'll move on and show you another balloon ship then, okay? So this one here is a very unique design. We've never carried a ship quite like this before, and it features the single balloon design, round balloon, and there's also propellers on either side of the balloon, which allows for exceptional maneuverability. And then of course you do have your 4 wind oars as well to help you steer. And the ship itself, very small. This is a 1 to 2 person ship, so you're not going to get a lot of friends in this vehicle. But if you're looking for speed and maneuverability, this one is definitely the sports balloon of balloon vehicles. And the center part there is almost like an extra long canoe, the way it kind of goes up and connects to the balloon there. And of course you sit right at the lowest part there, and this thing really moves. It really flies around the clouds as far as balloon vehicles go. So what do you think about this one? Maybe you'd like to see a few more, but this one's pretty cool. Yeah, it really is an interesting design. So well, let's move on to another balloon, since you seem to like those the best out of airships. So this one, not a lot of bells and whistles as far as rudders and propellers and things like that, but definitely an interesting design. We call this one the Hourglass balloon because of the, kind of the hourglass shape there. And this one is a very smooth riding balloon. You're not going to find many balloons that ride much smoother than this one. However, maneuverability is not one of this balloon's key features. Due to the lack of propellers, it is difficult to steer a little bit. You can, of course, get out the wind oars and do it by hand, but never going to be as good as a balloon with propellers. However, if you're looking for something that's very smooth, you're never going to notice any swaying back and forth no matter how hard the wind blows. This thing, because of its shape, just rides those windy currents no matter which way they're going. So, very smooth ride, and interesting shape, obviously, with that hourglass balloon. You think you're going to pass on that one? You want something with a little more maneuverability. Okay, I totally understand. Well, let's move on. So, this one here, classic long balloon design. And we have a couple designs that this one comes in. This one here is the yellow and white striped edition. And then if you look over here, this one is the white with the, I don't know what you'd call them, squiggles decorations. Kind of just a different decorative pattern. And so, as you can see, exact same ship here, just different balloon designs. A large roomy basket. You can fit several people in this basket. And of course, you do get dual propellers, which is going to allow for supreme mobility as far as long balloon ships go. You're not really interested in long balloon ships? You find them kind of noisy? Okay, we'll move on then. Alright, well, if you're looking for kind of the ultimate balloon airship, this is definitely at the top of the list. This one is new on the market this year. It is called the Ultimate. I'm sure you can see why. That basket is obviously going to hold quite a few people. You could very comfortably live on this with a full crew and still have plenty of room. The balloon is huge, so you can fly for miles and miles and miles and never worry about the wind pushing you out of the way. This thing would almost fly through a tornado, so great maneuverability, very powerful engines. You've got those propeller engines in the back, which are going to give you massive speed. Even on an airship this big, you're going to get incredible speed out of it just because of those huge engines on the back side. Those huge propeller engines are just going to push you right through the sky. No resistance. You're never going to feel any resistance at all. And if you need to outrun anybody or outgun anybody, this is definitely the ship to look at. It is on the expensive side. What kind of a budget are you looking at right now? Okay, yeah, this is going to be quite a bit more than that. This is going to be about twice your budget. So, as I said, we do rent and lease, and we also offer financing if you'd like to make payments on it. You'd prefer something that you can just buy outright because you're not sure what part of the air you're going to be in soon? Okay, that's no problem. Why don't we find something a little smaller, a little less expensive? We do have quite a few used balloon ships on the market. Would you be interested in seeing one of those? You would? Okay, well, let's see what we can find here. This one is a used airship, but it has been fully inspected and gone over and refurbished, so it's in excellent working condition. The balloon has 20,000 flight hours, so not too bad, still fairly close to new, about as close to new as you can get in an airship. And it's got that dual balloon design, which allows you to lift off very quickly, keeps you kind of stable in the air. You're not going to notice the ship part going up and down because the dual balloons really keep it nice and even. Nice big rudder on the backside, fishtail fan rudder, so a little different than the fishtail rudder, but fishtail fan rudder is actually one of the best rudders for maneuverability. And then of course you've got that nice big lantern right out front to light your way through the clouds at night. Make sure you don't accidentally run into a flock of birds that could tear a hole in your balloons or anything like that. So very classic airship design as far as the boat. Solid wood base and very roomy. You could comfortably live in this on your own if you have a significant other or friends going with you. Might get a little crowded that way, but maybe weekend takeout, maybe taking it for weekend trips with someone else would work, but mostly if you're going to live on it, it would be a solo dwelling, and you will have to get a cover for the basket. Otherwise, you're going to be exposed to the elements and things like that. The dual balloons will block some of it, but you will be exposed to the weather without a cover on it. The previous owner did have a cover, but it was unfortunately destroyed during a lightning storm, and we have not replaced it. We can do that for you if you would be interested. You think you are interested in this airship? Okay, would you like us to provide a cover? There is a fee, but it's very small, very affordable, and would still be within your budget if you bought the ship and the cover. You think you'd like to do that? Okay, and you said you're interested in purchasing outright. You don't want to lease or rent or do payments or anything, right? Okay, we will need a copy of your pilot's license to make sure that you are eligible to purchase an airship. Why don't we head back to the office and we can get the paperwork taken care of, and you'll be able to fly away in your new airship, okay? Do you have any questions? No, you can't fly away with it today. We do like to do a final inspection, and of course we have to get it registered for air travel and all that. So at this time next week, you can come back and have somebody drop you off here at the airship dealership, and then you can fly it home or wherever it is that you're going, whether you're going to live in the ship or take it back to your home, whatever. You'll be able to take it right out of here next week, okay? Okay, well, let's go back and we'll get your name down and get it all reserved for you, okay? Great. Congratulations on your new airship. I wish you many wonderful years of airtime.